All right. So, that time once again. Live stream time. Live stream time. Do. Sausages. So, how is everybody today? Union Pacific. SC44 is turned up. Are we taking the 444, 449? No, yeah, even though we're going to America for today, we're not even taking a freight train. We're taking an Amtrak passenger train. I know. Everyone's probably gonna say, "Oh, it's a wasted opportunity for a manifest train," but I'm a passenger person, and yeah, so we already have Union Pacific SC44 thingy here, or ES whatever, and we have train 466. So hello everybody, um, welcome everybody to another live stream. This is the Train Simulator 2017 Sherman Hill special, and let's see. Hang on a second. Live stream is on now. Just sending a message. And yeah, so I was debating on whether I was gonna do like a passenger train or a manifest train. I was originally gonna do a manifest train with the Union Pacific gas turbine, but I figured, I'll do Amtrak for now and I'll save the turbine for later. And then maybe I'll do a proper manifest train at a later date. Not sure when, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, hello everybody, welcome. 8 minutes before we begin. In the meantime, I'm gonna do a few things in the background, and then, well, obviously, live stream started at 5 p.m. like it always does, or usually. Sometimes delays happen and stuff happens, but this time, don't worry, everything's gonna go on right on time. No sausagery is gonna happen. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is some steam trains. I do have a plan for a steam train, but I'm not gonna say anything more than that. It's probably gonna be set in Britain. I just lied to myself, whatever. Anyways, yeah. Apparently, YouTube changed their design once again, and it's well, most people say that this new design that YouTube has come up with is a bit bad, but well, it's not really that much different from the previous one. I mean, it's definitely looks a bit more bland and a bit boring and stuff, but let's see. Speaking of which, they released ATF in Trains 2, running it right now. Oh, interesting. I need to get back into Trains 2. It's a real shame that sausagery is happening again. I don't know why it needs to happen, but it's just it's. Of course, Warzone don't match in this photo. Hmm. Why is Crop will be used on desktop and TV? Okay then. I guess I'll go with that. I'm actually beginning to update my channel art and other stuff on Facebook and Twitter with the new Soul Express picture that I took, which I think looks pretty nice. Considering that I'll be doing a number of train simulator content in cause I'm doing a number of train simulator content right now, I might as well just change it to that. And it's not the greatest thing of all time, but it's okay. It's okay. Limit SVGS 449 American Freedom Train. Yeah, I heard of the American Freedom Train. Not really sure what ATF meant, but I know American Freedom Train. American Freedom Train is cool. I like the American Freedom Train. I remember learning about it a long time ago when I was watching an I Love Toy Trains DVD. I watched that a very long time ago, and actually learned some things about the American Freedom Train. Although I haven't watched that DVD in since 2012 or 13, I think. Uh, so many lovely memories as a kid. Yeah, ATF is an abbreviation for American Freedom Train. Yeah, I wasn't so sure, but now I know. It's the ATF and the daylight. Yeah, I knew that part. In fact, I know a lot about the 4449 daylight. I guess I've been on Twitter, YouTube, and now time for Facebook. I wish more people had Facebook. You know? Do 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 do. Alrighty. In other news, I'm not feeling well, says Union Pacific. However, sausages are about to occur. They're streaming American trains here, so I'm here all the way. Hurrah. Yep. American trains are happening today. So today, in question, today we're going to be driving a Amtrak F40PH, and we're going to be pulling, a sleeper car train over Sherman Hill from one end of the route to the other. Basically, we're going from Cheyenne to Fort Laramie, I think it is. I don't know. Like, I created a scenario already, and everything's ready to go and stuff, and yet I don't even know the name of sausages. Okay, so I can, let's see, do that. Turn on the desktop audio. And, I guess at 4:49 we'll get ready. Let's see, free room. So yeah, this week we're doing American trains on the Sherman Hill. But next week we'll be in Britain, driving a very interesting train indeed. Today we're going American. I'm hoping that the live stream will spawn me where I'm supposed to be and not all the way in the middle of nowhere. I selected route origin, so I presume that'll spawn me at one end of the line. Also, when are you going to do the first American steamer? Well, unfortunately, I don't own... In fact, I don't think I even own a single American steam train here in Train Simulator. But, dear. You know, there's a bunch of great American steam trains in this game, like, where I can download as DLC in this game. Like, there's the Big Boy, there's the American Freedom Train in this game as well. Unfortunately, I just don't own those yet. But hopefully I can get those in a sale, a future sale that is, you know. But I will be doing a British steam train at some point in the future. Even though next week we won't be driving the... Next week we're going to be driving the East Flying Scotsman. No, next week we're going to be driving the Class 801 Inversion Trains paint scheme, which is a train that doesn't even exist yet. No, this is well, it's a train that's going to exist in the future, but it doesn't exist yet. Well, it kind of does exist. Like they're currently building the prototypes for this train, but there's not in service yet. There's that. Of course, typical, the game's taking a while to load. I don't even know where Arlington is yet. I mean, I really need Arlington. Very dumb. And I was gonna try to keep the next live stream a secret, but it's not really a secret now. But I guess. Also, I was supposed to um publish a few videos today, but no, I forgot to do it. But oh well, they'll come out eventually. Yep, stuff might be delayed, but at least it'll turn up eventually. Okay, train sim's taking a while to load. I don't know, maybe I was I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, now the game is like, no, I'm gonna take a while to load. Okay, I know that Sherman Hill is like a really long route, but is it? It's taking this long. When are you gonna upload this stream after done? Just edit out. Well, unfortunately, I can't edit this live stream. In fact, whenever I do publish live stream, it's basically just the recording of the live stream. You know, like it's gone on YouTube and I can publish it and stuff. Like I can't cut stuff out. Do you have the BNSF-9s for Trains 2 yet? I don't have them for Trains 2 yet, but I do plan on getting them in the future when I eventually get onto making a route that is suitable for them. Okay, the game just froze for a moment. Train Sim, why are you taking such a long time to load? You didn't take this long when I was editing the scenario for this route. Or making the scenario, I should say. You can make them dash 9s or ACS 4000 and dash sausages. Interesting. Okay, why is Train Sim taking such a long time to load? Thanks, game. I don't know where this HUD came from. Or whatever. Okay, game. Are you loading? You want a proper route that's full of sausagery. Exactly. Train Simulator is being funny today, I guess. Apparently we're supposed to be... There we go, now we're in the route. And for some reason the frame rate is just dead. There we go, now the game's kind of caught up. I don't know, it's lag spiking now and again, but for some reason the game is being weird today. It wasn't being this weird when I was building the scenario. Anyways, here we are at a yard on one of the ends of Sherman Hill. We're here at a station called no one knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's the name of the station. Nobody knows what the station is called. No one knows anything about the station. But apparently it's here. Our Amtrak passenger train will be along in a few minutes, but might take a little while for it to come along. Can we see in the distance? There it is, Amtrak. Amtrak is awesome. And coming down the other way should be a different train. But I guess we'll just step on this track over here, considering that's where the train's going to be pulling on. But yeah, here comes our Amtrak train for the journey. And yeah. Let's see, get Mariah's Pass approach, get Amtrak at 40 minutes. Yeah, I've got the Mariah's Pass approach for trains too. We've got 14 miles, but crazily enough, there's a route for this game, which is the Mariah's Pass, the whole thing, which is 156 miles, or 153 I think, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Here she comes. Here comes our Amtrak train for the day. So here's our train for today. And there's the Union Pacific gas turbine traveling by. It's cool. We are on our train. The F-40 VH. So yeah, that was a shave and a haircut. That's the end of that long freight train. So yeah, so apparently rail fans call these engines locomotives screamers. I'm guessing because they're rather loud and stuff. Awesome. I know we're speeding, but we don't really care about speeding. This is a sausage train, yeah. So we'll be taking these passengers and we'll be stopping at the station, which is all the way at the other end of this route, so you won't need to make any station stops along the way at all. Just a nice stroll over the mountain. Pictures F-40s were bought from Amtrak. Yeah, in fact, quite a few F-40s were bought from Amtrak. I think if the same story goes to the MBTA and probably a few other commuter rail services that I can't think of right now, but you know, mainly the MBTA, and I say the MBTA because that's the closest thing that I live to. So for some reason this isn't counting down, but I guess we'll have to try and ignore it and try for it. They're called screamers because they can go from notch 1 to 8 and you wouldn't be able to hear it. Ah, I see. I see. Okay, except for the F40 PH2 and then F40 PH2 cats. I think there's that 40 PH. I'm not sure. But yeah, I like the F40. Kind of like the ACS 64 and then Amtrak's got, I mean AEM 7s. That's kind of cool. Yeah, those are cool. Even though the ACS is a bit juke, but yeah, F40s, Amtrak's, well, all of Amtrak stuff is cool, you know? Also inside the one of the Viewliner coaches, or what are these coaches called? I don't know. So here we are on the lower level, and which kind of looks like the air fleet stuff, but I guess that's quick seat. And we can sit on the lower level, and we can also sit on the higher level and take a look out here, which is pretty cool. It's a real shame though that we're riding backwards. Also, there's a sign here that apparently it just goes into Salted County, I guess. Of course, it's a great crossing. Other interesting stuff to see as well. Okay, 2 went through. Let's see, La Plata, Hammer on the SPT, 3 P42 PCs, the only one in the middle was Amtrak 42, 2 AM7, 6 here, 2 AM7, 6 extra back cars, and that's it. Interesting. I think we just remain at 50% throttle for most of the journey. I'm really that into messing around with the throttle just to get to a steady speed. I really just want to enjoy myself for this journey, especially considering that I'll be going about 45 miles per hour for the most of this journey, considering that this is a freight line. I'm driving a passenger train on this freight line. But then again, these F40s are probably used to going this speed anyway. Well, then there was the typical baggage car and coaches. So. Also, I was doing some research, and what was I saying? Doing some research, and apparently there is a Viewliner 5 coach, I think, or Viewliner 3, I'm not entirely sure what number of Viewliner it was, but there is a Viewliner something baggage car that you can get for Train Simulator 2017. The only problem is that it's a single asset. The modeling is meh, and it costs $5. Yes, $5 just for an asset in trains. It's like, why do you want $5 for it? The modeling is, well, I mean, the modeling isn't bad, but it's not amazing either. And apparently it has some rolling sounds which are a bit fun. And yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see, now I'm telling the government went through a crossing and didn't, I repeat, didn't blow the K5 LA for the crossing. Fine, because it noted, because it did a noise, shave my haircut. Alright. So let's just check where we are on the map. Okay, so we're about there. Oh, we're already part of the way there, okay. I was checking just to see where we were on the route, considering that the mileage isn't counting down. And for some reason, it's saying that we're going to arrive there really late in the day, but we should get there in about an hour and a half. Yeah, because when I created this scenario, it said that the journey would take about an hour and a half. Which is pretty much accurate for the most part. Still going uphill. Something tells me that Amtrak is gonna pull a Conrail. Pull a Conrail. What do you mean by that? I am interested to hear what. It's a pretty cool corner here. We're just snaking through the American countryside. Then it says something. Let's see. It's a government railroad like Conrail was. Then the government left Conrail to the public. Well, let's see. So I think let's see. I knew that Amtrak was already a government railroad, but left then the government to the public. And it was merged with Norfolk and Southern in 2000 or 2001. So, like, what if Amtrak was to say, I guess, merge with maybe another potential high-speed train or passenger train service in America? The speed limit just seems to be staying at a steady 45 miles per hour. This is why I don't play career scenarios. Oh. There's a grade crossing over here. Actually, no, it's not really a grade crossing. It's a, well, it's a grade crossing in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Yeah, we're just motoring through the American countryside. So the Conrail. Yep. Okay, I'm back. That was just my daddy in the background. So yeah, they said, let's do Conrail, and also there were two freight railroads. Well, and let's see if that could go to a number of different passenger railroads, a few being Metro, Sounder, Metrolink, or Caltrain. Well, seeing as those are all commuter rail, passenger railroads, I would expect Amtrak to maybe go to, I mean, well, no. Like, those are commuter railroads, but Amtrak is an inner-city railroad that goes all over the country. Whereas those other railroads that you mentioned just stay in their states. Amtrak goes to many different states all over the whole country. Whereas, so maybe they could collaborate with possibly a, well, I don't know actually, because the only like proper inner city railroad as passenger in America is Amtrak. There really isn't any other one out there. Ooh, we're about to pass a freight train now, according to the thingies. I'm just gonna save the game just in case it crashes. There we go, look at that, it's another train! Union Pacific, hang on. Let's watch this train together. It's Union Pacific. Yay. Hey look, it's an auto-rack train. Being pulled by two Union Pacific locomotives. I'm not really sure what those are, but thing you could tell me, that would be nice. Let's see. I remember when Amtrak was on a 1-year streak of being in early on time? I don't really remember that, but I guess that was a time. This is very long. I'm sorry, Pacific. I know you have a very long train, but unfortunately I haven't got time to watch the whole thing go by. I think that's about 60 all-around cars on this train. Of course, the great car that I missed. And if you look at that, it's an end of train line on the back. How cool is that? Now let's go to the work train. Okay. I think you're speeding. Well, yeah, I am speeding, but I like to speed on purpose for stuff. But yeah, there you go, your first specific train thing. Still taking screenshot. Let's see. Nope. Let's... There we go. And I encountered my first KCS engine in a small lakeside town in Ohio. I think it's yep, hit the like button. Thanks for the screenshot. Dude, what a fun journey this is. You can also do that. The sun's in your eyes. You want to cover it up, but thankfully there's an hour today. Fell down the stairs yesterday. Oh dear. Bad news. The Norfolk and Southern 1067. On the lake. At school. It actually reminds me, of a bad time in school one day where I, fell down the stairs in the morning, and later I was so afraid of the stairs that I didn't want to go up it, like, yeah, I want to take the elevator, and then, like, no, you cannot take the elevator, you must take the If I fall down, then I'm on you. Anyway, you know, I was suspended the fall. But it's all the school's fault, really. Oh well. Also, you wanna know something else interesting that happened recently? So earlier I got my school thingy for the year, and at one point they said that school was going to be starting on September 7th. Put some great crossing there. They said it was going to be starting on September 7th. But then Daddy gets a call saying that they're going to start it on September 5th. And like big It's like the school year hasn't even started yet, and we're already getting into sausage. It's like sausagery in school before the year has even started. It just goes to show how inconsistent they are. Like, one of the things that I hated dealing with last year at school was the amount of inconsistency during almost each and every single day. Like, there was just, I don't know. There, for the first time in this live stream, I actually blew my horn properly. Nice. Anyways, yeah, back at the, back about school, it's like, the amount of inconsistency that was happening last week was unbearable. And now this year, the year hasn't even started yet, and we already have one act of inconsistency. Yeah. And if we're gonna have one act of inconsistency before the year even starts, then we're gonna have a many millions of inconsistencies throughout the whole entire time, honestly. But, yeah. If you were in an SDP-40F, you would be through the detective capacity. Let's see. You mean this one or something? The one that goes with, adjacent to this one? Or this one? This is a pretty big shot. Look how cool this looks. I don't know why, but I like falling down the stairs. Oh dear. Oh dear. So just say the progress, just in case. Because we're 25 minutes into this journey, I don't planning on starting the whole thing all over again. Fun fact, I didn't mean to trigger the bell that time. I actually triggered the bell by accident because I pressed the B button. Yeah. And the B button just happens to be right over the space bar, which is what you press to blow the horn. And fun fact, Train Simulator 2017 fun fact, space bar is the horn, B is the bell, or the secondary horn if you're driving a British train, or the TGV. Or sometimes B, but other trains that can be shift bar for the secondary horn, and B for to open up the coupling hatch at the front of the train. That is the Class 305 Javelin, which is a high-speed British train. Because when you don't want to derail and you have to choose between one or the other, you have to choose one because they weren't so bad when it came to derailing. I'm guessing the SDP-40F was, I guess it was notorious for derailing. And the GG1. And the GG1, well, the GG1 is, you can only drive that in sections that are electrified. If you're about to take a GG1 to an unelectrified section of track, you're screwed. Pretty much. So get to Sherman Pass, which doesn't have the electric wires. Just clean air, I guess. Open countryside. And now the speed limit is going down to 30 miles per hour for reasons, I guess. Ooh, this rocky section. This looks pretty cool. into the tunnel. It was so bad that this system banned Amtrak from even letting the B40Fs touch their property line. Yeah. This locomotive was pretty real. And then EMD bought us the F40. I could see why. Alright, it's not what was my game. But yeah, and then EMD boss bought us the F40, and it was the best thing since cringe fidget spinners. And now F40s on Amtrak have either been scrapped, sold, or converted to NPCUs. Yeah, I remember hearing about that on an episode of Engines of Amtrak, where the SDP-40s were notorious for derailing, and had a 4-year service, and then came along the F40, and what a great look. But yeah, I heard about that there was the locomotive, there was a number of derailments because it was so unbalanced. I got the F40, which was miles better. But I really do like the Engines of Amtrak series that Mr. Amtrak guy is putting out. It's a nice way to learn about some old Amtrak locomotives. And it's also interesting that you watch Amtrak Guys 3652. Yeah, I do now. Yeah, I actually recently started watching his videos, and I've subscribed to him. Yeah, because mainly the first ever videos that I saw from him was I've actually been watching Amtrak guys now and again as of recently, and now I've actually subscribed to him because I think the content is really cool now. Especially now he's got his Amtrak stuff. So anyways, there you are, Arlington Trains Brother 124. You finally turned up, and yes, we are indeed driving an Amtrak F40PH with some sleeper coaches. I'm just going to go through the whole thing right now for the F40, yeah. And there's a train. Let me guess, the year is 1983. Close enough. Let's just say it's the midnight. Let's just say that this little journey that I'm doing is set in the mid 1990s. Actually, no, that was by then they had things. I guess 87 is close enough. I don't actually know. I could have been quiet. Should have actually kept the things out. It doesn't really change corridor. Let's say that they need to keep out. Of course we're going uphill again. Nice. 1990s, more like 2017. Well, the guys at Train Story themselves say that the Sherman Hill is set from the 1990s to, well, you could say that this is set in the current day. I mean, really, the Sherman Hill, or to my memory, the Sherman Hill hasn't really changed since the 90s, to my knowledge. Could be completely wrong, but yeah. Sounds okay, yeah. Better than trains. Again. Oh, do that is cool. Let's see, this line owned by Santa Fe. No, this line is owned by, as Mr. Selfie said, this line is owned by Union Pacific. We actually passed by Union Pacific train earlier, and we will be passing by another Union Pacific train hopefully soon. So where are we on the map now? That's the way we're going to windy stuff to get through. Probably get to think. Sherman Hill leads to Shane. Leads to Shane, yeah. It actually goes from, yeah, this route actually goes from Shane to Laramie. At least the one in Tracy. Look how cool this train is. Also, here's passenger view. Bang. It wasn't the part 2 talk show with yeah. The talk show part 2 is dead. I actually didn't do a talk show on Friday because sausage reasons. Actually, yeah, yesterday I had to do a bunch of things, like mommy's car had to do go through an inspection. We had to do our grocery shopping, and a bunch of other things happened. So there wasn't actually a talk show on Friday. What is the stream tomorrow? I sent you the schedule on Messenger, Arlington. But the schedule tomorrow is actually a pretty long one, so I might as well just tell everybody here today. There's actually going to be a double feature for live stream, and I was hoping in those double feature live streams, I'm hoping to finish off the PRE Squad Arenas. So Sunday, tomorrow, there will be a live stream from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and then there will be yet another live stream afterward from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then the race will start. Yeah. Oh, great. Well, we pretty much made it to the top of Sherman Hill. Now it's time to go back down. Hey, wait, train simulator? What's this? What, train simulator? Clearly this train didn't know where it was going. Train simulator. What is your deal? Ugh, train simulator. Clearly that locomotive wasn't on the right track. Oh dear, oh dear. Now I get to go back in and edit it. Yeah, clearly that train didn't know where it was off to. Apparently, it was a CSX train hauling... Actually, no, it wasn't. It was a train owned by CSX, but it was also pulling a sausage car and an ampli car to do things, I guess. And, it clearly didn't know where it was going, and it was on the wrong track, and we managed to have a head-on collision with it. And so there was a big crash. 10 people died, about 50 were injured, and now we must go to sausages for goodness sake. Why train simulator? Why? Thankfully we don't have to do too much scenario. I was hoping not to stop for this journey because there's literally no stations between the route, and you know, it's just dead countryside for 56 miles. Now I don't know where to even start next. Well, I hope that train simulator doesn't crash just because I try to set the scenario up again. Where is it? Sherman Hill. Sherman Hill's in the S's. Why am I just going for everything individually? Sherman Hill, free roam. Yeah, it didn't even know where it was going. Or either that or the signalman fell asleep and switched onto the wrong track. And maybe this was a Thomas and Friends thing, where the signalman forgot to switch that train onto its right track, and it wound up going on the wrong track and had a head-on collision with my train. Or maybe it's the other way around, where it forgot to switch my train to the right track, and I crashed into the sausage train, I guess. Well, I guess we could say the game crashed. Well, it was... Oh, man. In fact, this live stream has now just become the Hamburg to Lubeck live stream all over again. Like, although it was a different scenario where when I did the Hamburg to Lubeck special, I switched onto a siding. I went way too fast and I crashed around the corner. And now this time, the signalman was being deaf and they're dead, and I managed to crash into another train that was going in the wrong direction. And well, this scenario has taken yet another unexpected turn. I'm so sorry for the abrupt crash, guys, but I get to reboot the scenario now just so I can start where I was before. I think it was at the middle of the free-track section. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to reprocess where I was the last time when I crashed. I'm not entirely sure since there isn't that many markers to surround me and stuff. Of course I can. It's just all of this line looks so similar. I won't even know. Like where in the world is gonna be the thing. Okay, train sim, stop taking so long to load. I get to sausagize because it's sausage, I guess. Okay. Okay, the game at least didn't crash this time because I just did the thing. Let's see. I don't remember where I crashed. I'll have to just look back on the thing then. Let's see. So apparently it happened around. I don't even know. I don't even know where it happened. If this was a passenger route with a billion stations, I would know, but I don't know because um where do I start again? Let me see. No, that's not the right signing. I think it was somewhere in this area. Let's see, it was somewhere there. Definitely was. I don't remember where I was before, so let me see. Is that place close enough? I don't know. I guess so. No, no. I don't know. I'll have to go somewhere that's close enough. Let me see. I'll, cause, mm, it's just everything in this route looks so similar. Okay. Actually, I might know a way where I can find out where it was last at. If I can fast forward to 1737. Oh, well, I guess in the meantime, we can do like a little mini talk show until I can get this problem resolved. I really do apologize for this, but, um, I guess, I don't know what happened. Let's see, so it's crashed at about 1737-ish. The train was just minding its own business, and then, most exciting part about the 2017 summer happens this time. Yep. Watching a coal train over Sherman Hill. Yeah. At least I'm not the only one who didn't have a very exciting 2017 summer. Honestly, for the first time in well quite a long time now, I'm actually happy to be going back to school because I've done barely anything this summer to the point that summer itself is getting boring and I just want to just go back to being productive. Basically going to school again. Yeah, I know some people are going to disagree with me, and that's okay. But it's nice to get back to being a productive gentleman. The productive gentleman that I am. Okay, so about 1736, what to do? Okay. Aha, well, someplace around here. Okay. It was a few turns after the thingy, which is good. The house track. I guess the house track is close enough. Oh, damn. Train sim didn't tell me thingies, and I crashed into train. All right, come on, train sim, load faster than this. Come on. Thank you. So the house is gonna have to be closed now. Oops. Okay, there you are. Okay, where did Arlington go? Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to change the whatever. I just want to get this run over with. Nope. Oh, I've already seen this train. Let's just get rid of it. This has become my life now. Ugh. So what am I supposed to do about this train? New box. Let me see. want to mention that this train continues to stay on the track where it should be on. I don't have any issues with any other sausage trains, I guess. I think it'll be a good train this time. And now we must get this guy. Okay, I'm back. Let's see, how are you? I'm good. So, now the train is fixed and we're ready to continue. I do apologize for the abrupt crash, but everything's been resolved now. Now we can continue close enough to where we were before. Thankfully, there was a siding nearby where we crashed before, so we can just restart from there and then continue on. Sausages. Alrighty. You realize you need those two crossovers to pass the SX engine. Well, actually, this CSX engine is going to be on this track, and we're going to be on this track, so we can pass each other cleanly this time. So we'll stay on this track. Yeah, we'll stay on this track and die. With the scenario editor. So everything should be fine this time. Apparently, train sim will mention we're gonna get there at 17:50 for 50 minutes. I have just 50 minutes with this journey. So there's that, I guess. Hence why they're called crossovers. Cross the track. No, don't worry. The sausage train's gonna be on this track. We're gonna be on this track. Plus, I don't even think we're gonna see that train for a while now. I don't know why this thing's 1750. I don't see it taking that long. Even the mile counter is going down particularly slow, but at least the mile counter is going down this time. So now we are 32 miles away from Shane. Train station in Lincoln. Okay, so we're on 45 now. Apparently we're about to go going downhill. Okay, now we're about to go down. Welcome to the highest point of the Transcontinental Railroad. Oh. Here's the point where I think this is the point where we derailed again. Even though most of this route looks fairly similar. Ooh, 70 miles per hour speed limit coming up. I better learn you for a short time. Just cruising American countryside. Of course, it goes up slimy and then go right back down into the up. Alright, now some accelerator to 60 miles per hour now. You know, fun fact, this Sherman Hill special originally was going to be a two-part special because since we were going over Sherman Hill, which is a massive cruise, I was expecting this journey to take a lot of time, very long to cover, and yeah, it was really going to be a two-parter where one point I would drive in the Pacific Freight train, the other time I would drive and I would go into the gas turbine train because that's cool. But you know, considering how you know how well, it's not really short. Like I can't say that's really short. It's more in the middle of when it comes to length of train simulator. Like it seems that at most train simulator routes these days seem to be about 40 miles long, and that's it. 40 miles long, yeah. And it's also dare you to blow the horn until you hit the bottom of Sherman Hill. Nah, it'll probably get annoying after a while. Also, there's the junky old siding, which does things. I actually made a scenario in my spare time utilizing this track that is a thing. If anyone wants me to upload that scenario to the workshop, then you could. Could do that. Although I need to fix a certain domain tree first, the thing with train simulators is that whenever you upload something to the workshop, well, when you upload something to the workshop, you can swap out the photo things, and yeah, the image can be misleading. Kind of wish you could actually put in your own thumbnail workshop and stuff instead of just go. Yay. Only if it comes with an April 4 3985. I think it comes with either of those. That's my opinion. "24 miles to go, apparently." looking at the dynamic. Apparently more throttle that you put on the dynamic brake, the more it tilts down. Train sim isn't doing that. Okay, that sounds bad. Get rid of that. That does nothing. So in 12 minutes, or 13 minutes, we'll be 23 miles, so on a wide train sim saying that we're going to ride that 1747. I'm pretty sure that we'll ride that faster than that, or maybe there's something wrong with that. Awesome choice. It doesn't, because we are that far away from Shanghai now. Yeah, but where's that stage right now? I don't want to get outside too much, so I don't miss that. I've missed a curve. Okay, let's pretend that we're doing things and sausages and stuff and bridge. Yay. Uh-oh. We need a sausage command to save the... Is this the... Oh, whatever it's name. And it just goes down to 50 again. Yeah, of course the speed limit goes down to 50 again. Might as well just slow down for the 50 starting now. And down to 50. Okay. And of course it goes back up to 60 again. Why? Why? Oh. Alright. I just realized something. What do you realize now? Forget something, and that's fine. Okay, oh, I just realized something as well. Where is it? Hang on, where is it? Aha! This bit. Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. You know why there's clearly a bend in the track in the middle of an active train line. Yeah. I have had train simulators since 2013, and not once has I seen the tops of Sherman Hill. Oh. You have train simulators. Oh. Yep. Apparently Mr. Pacific has had this game since 2013. I never once saw the top of Sherman Hill. Oh yeah. Now, fun fact, I got Sherman Hill when I got Train Simulator 2016. But, right now, if you haven't already got Sherman Hill, you can get it for $20, or if you wait for the sale, you can get it as low as possibly $10, maybe even lower, if you're lucky. Because this has now become one of the classic routes here in Train Simulator. I mean, Sherman Hill is actually a fairly old route. I think this route first came out back in 2013 for Train Simulator, and then this route was upgraded in preparation for Train Simulator 2016 in about 2015. And now this route has crossing there, and now this route is now a part of the TS Classics range. Which is interesting because this route doesn't really look that outdated compared to other routes. It's only an active line because it's the only way Union Pacific can get their trains from Wyoming and Utah to every other place that Union Pacific works in. Ah, of course. Well, maybe Union Pacific wouldn't want to run the trains over a bent section of track. Oh wait, that's the only thing in Train Simulator. Silly dovetail. Silly sausage dovetail and the silly sausage things. Like, this route was upgraded to TS 2016 standards, and yet they still haven't fixed that buckle in the tracks. How great is that? Yeah, thankfully I'm not the only one who has seen that glitch. Or who knows, maybe it was a thing when they were upgrading this route for train preparation for 2016. They put that there by accident. Maybe some dev messed about with it and managed to get away with it. Ah! There's that same sausage train from earlier. This is on the right track now. In fact, let's take a look at what this train is. It's the green box. Hello there. So if you're wondering what's the story behind that train, that's actually a little sausage train that ended up a while back, and it's still a thing these days. So that train, that particular, I'm slowing down way too much now. I can't get this thing, I'm gonna let this thing roll into the 50 section then. But yeah, that train, you see what's on the piggyback car, that's, the green monster, and Gary's, gray box thing. Yeah, both of those on a train, and an airplane car as well. Yeah, what we did is that we managed to lease an SD40 something from CSX, and we stole that piggyback car from the Cajon Pass in the yard from there, and same thing we did with an airplane car, as we needed for something very important. Yeah, and we also, and somehow Amtrak didn't notice this, but we also managed to release Amtrak ECS64 to pull that Gary box along the this corridor, and we have the CSX locomotive to take that over routes that isn't electrified. This route, for example. I figured I would put that in this scenario for a little Easter egg. Don't know why it crashed this earlier, but at least we actually passed it this time. without crashing. But who knows? Maybe you'll see me pulling that concept off. I haven't actually done too much with that consist ever since I created it, but now that consist is now a year old now. I actually used that consist to showcase a mod pack that I made for the 6.4 last year. And now since I've made this beautiful hunt. No, 21 minutes now. I kind of wish this scenario didn't crash, because I actually kind of wanted to get the time going and stuff. But no, as we know, I have terrible luck. I was actually going to edit the scenario, so it would look like I did that, but I forgot. Oh well. That just goes my terrible. I made this. Come on, you mean this route? Sherman Hill or something else? I don't. I really don't. Or TS. Of course there was a little great crossing there. I made Sherman Hill and you complain. Well, really, the main thing that I'm complaining about with this route is that okay, come up on another 70 miles per hour second. I'm kidding. Knew you were. Okay, it's only 13 miles away. Apparently the ETA is still saying that we're gonna arrive there in about 20 minutes. Yeah, I don't see how we're gonna travel 13 miles in about 20 minutes. I'm expecting to arrive there just a bit earlier than that, but by the time we get there or something. Well, who knows? Maybe something is gonna happen in this scenario that I don't even know what happened. I really don't. It was released with a 4449, 3885, and all the 6 feet repaired. Yeah, that's the movement plan. It was upgraded to springs. Yeah. That's GGR. So far, this has been a pretty interesting journey. Didn't take as long as it thought, but let's see. So 6:31 p.m. So hopefully the journey can be completed in the next 30 minutes. Afterward, I need to go to what? Okay. So yeah, I think this is actually the first time that I've done a live stream that where I did a journey on Train Simulator 2017 and it actually lasted the whole almost the whole entire live. I have a few plans for after this journey is complete. I wonder if we're even gonna get through those plans before the journey is over. No. didn't realize we're in the 70 miles per hour section. Not close to 50 again. I think Sherman Hill now comes with about 5 trains. Like it comes with the 3 different Union Pacific Road engines. I think 3 or 2, I'm not sure. Now comes with the gas turbine and a UP switcher locomotive. Or does this route come with a gas turbine now, or is the gas turbine sold separately? Or was it just an exclusive thing in TS 2016 that everyone's forgotten? I don't know. I bought Train Simulator 2016 in the summertime, back when it was only $12, and I got all the stuff that came with it, all the other stuff as well. So I'm not sure. And the line is now yet again going to go down 60 miles per hour. What is this low speed thing? I don't know. I've sped along, but I really don't. Yeah. I guess never mind. Oh, it only lasts for 50 miles per hour. I'm gonna keep up with the 70 miles per hour stuff then. Well, oh, look at that. It's sausages. Diner. Sausages. Ah. And train track. Grade crossing. Oh. No one told me there was a grade crossing there. Okay, finally on to fact. If you were wondering where I was at a family reading thing. Okay, well thankfully, the train crash has been resolved, and now we are back in our train, and now we are 10 miles away to, the Shane now. Okay. Amtrak goes somewhere. Only 8 miles away now. Fun fact. That's a fun fact to me. Some spots on the ferry can go up to 80 miles per hour. And speaking of TRE, tomorrow hopefully I can finish off the whole entire TRE squad remix. I've also got a little bonus squad remix coming out. It's not really anything special, but it's going to be a Sparta remix of the ACS-64 with the Sparta Siemens base, which is dead now, but I can see why the Siemens base is dead now, because it's basically just a modified version of the original Sparta base with some electronic sound. But overall, it's a base that is, I don't know. I figured I would blend it in with the ACS-64 just to see how it would sound with that. Figured that the ACS-64 is built by Siemens. I like Siemens. They build a lot of great stuff. Best of all, they're German, just like Porsche. This Great Crossing doesn't even make sounds. Is this a highway or something, or a road? Yay. I'm we're military Monday, so I won't be on either. Ah! Why? Well, anyways, actually that's a fine thing. Fine thing, crazy enough. As Monday, I'll be going to South Alabama to do some rail fanning. Yay! Hey, look at that! It's another freight train coming up. Freight train hype, everybody! We got a freight train coming. Everyone, freight train hype. It's a mixed freight train, I think. Yay. Big train to take your very long indeed. Skip a bunch of box cars, hopper cars, tanker cars, sausage cars, other cars, box cars, and the game is freezing up. Game, don't crash. Not now, at least. Sorry, I'm silly and I can't please everyone, says J-System. It's nuts. You will be roughing on Monday for it. Yes, I will. It's on the wrong track. Don't worry, it's on the wrong track this time. Game, don't crash. Hey, look at this yard! How cool is this? It's a yard! And the game is dying, apparently. Not a yard. It's a steel mill thing. You know? Steel mill, Celtics mill, causing the game to die. But it's here. This looks all like that yard in... No, it looks more like that steel mill in Forza Horizon 3. Is it? I think so. Anyways, back to the hour train now. Okay. We're 4 miles away from Shane now. I don't know why it's saying we're gonna ride there in 10 minutes. Will you come on to a Sunday, right? Sunday night. I'm not 100% sure. I hope I do. Tomorrow night just happens to be the race. The Bojangles Southern 500 in Darlington. The throwback race. It'll be the throwback weekend. No. Fine, well, yeah, thankfully we're almost there. Dongchon, Arlington, Darlington. Yeah, there's actually something that I just realized. Crazily enough. But yeah, Darlington just happens to be the name of a track in, I think, South Carolina, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. But it's a NASCAR track. Fun, it's cool. Phase 3 still lives in 2017 along with NP, NP, what are these things? What? I know that Phase 3 is still alive. Actually, what those I'm just gonna turn on my lamp just so I can see my keyboard. It's getting fairly dark here now. But yeah, almost at Shane. Just 2 miles to go. Oh, I know why it's saying that now. Apparently the speed limit goes down to 35. NPC, yes. I don't think so, Train Sim. I'm gonna go a bit faster because I haven't got time. That's about. Great. 6:42. I still have 18 minutes remaining in this live stream. Boy, has it been a long one. Well, I mean, pretty much every live stream was that is 2 hours long, but this one, is a 2-hour journey. You know? Almost 2-hour journey, but close enough, I guess. Only just 1 mile away from the station. Then you got me Chicken Express. Yeah, Train Sim says it's gonna take about 4 minutes to get to the station. I don't think so. I'm gonna go a bit faster. I ain't got time. And we'll begin to get on the brakes now. Okay, Train Sim, stop lagging so much. Are we still gonna be in the US next Train Sim in 2017? No. Broken Bell. Yeah, pretty much. No, next week in Train Sim 2017, we'll be heading to Britain. And we'll be starting out in London, going to a soft. Shane looking out like. What? Shane. I don't know. Not really sure where that name comes from. Let's look at the state itself, but yeah. Sure. Whatever. We're almost at the station, which is great. Yep, we have managed to climb over the whole entire route. This is actually, crazy enough, this is actually the first ever legit journey that I'm doing on this route. I've actually completed this route a couple interesting amount of times before, but I did that in Super Class 47, and so those journeys took about 20 minutes. But this is the first time that I've actually completed this whole entire route in a proper train. And yeah. Almost there at the station. Back to the platform. Alrighty, welcome to Shane. The end of the route. Apparently this train doesn't have thingies. Okay. And now, I'm gonna jump onto this guy. Yay. You know this guy. It's the Bum Card Sausage Man. And it's time for a little exclusive journey that we're going to take now. And the train just the train just disappeared like so train simulator. Yeah. Yep. Okay, whatever, let's just go. Okay, pumpkin sausage time. Yeah, I wonder why that train that just left just decided to think. Okay, come on. Is the handbrake on again? It's not, so. Maybe I should have put about 5 pumpkin sausage men on here, just to make the train just that bit more powerful. Come on, pull harder, you silly sausage man. Going about 20 miles per hour, yay. Well, yeah, now we're thinking. Yep, all this is being pulled by the bump card sausage man. I think 65 will do. Because if we go any faster, then we'll go. This concept is so unrealistic. Yeah, I agree, but it's a thing for the public to look at. And we got 5 Amfleet cars and 5 sleeper cars as well. I wonder how fast we can go without derailing. I actually don't want to derail just yet because this live stream is gonna have to end soon. So, you guys, alright, so about 250 miles per hour speed. It says it's dying. I don't know. I couldn't think. We have 5 Northeast Corridor paint schemes, and it's been implemented in phase 3 Superline. Pretty much. I was like about 80 miles per hour, excellent. Like this live stream, this also thing. Thank you. I don't know. I really says I'm dying to get trained to new era. Trained to new era. Trained to new era, that's pretty much what it's called. Honest. Okay. We can go faster. Come on, Colin. Come on. Come on. Come on. I was feeling about 50 miles per hour, but I want to go faster than that. Okay, that's a bit. Oh. Okay, let's see if we can get to 100. Another 92. We're going almost double the speed limit and we're staying on the track nicely. Wow. Let's just watch the train go by, I guess. Oh, but there's sleeper cars behind us. That could cause problems. Ringo Starr. Stop! You're going the wrong way! But it's a backing signal. We might as well. Oh, yeah. We're going fast. It's fast for these amphitheaters, but it's very fast for the sleeper cars. Our X gonna make this corner without crashing. Oh, jeez. I guess we're gonna make it. You know. I guess. You're going about 90 miles per hour. Okay, let's see if we can actually reach 100 miles per hour. There you are. Bankers. Okay, let's see if we can reach 110. Let's see if we can go about all these corridor speed. I got my chin up on the left. Fortunately, I can't because after this lap, we can go upstairs and watch the movie and stuff. I'm afraid I won't be able to check out your channel, but I will eventually do so later on. 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Okay, I think this is plenty fast enough. Okay, we're entering a corner very quickly. Are we gonna derail? I hope not. Entering corner at double the speed limit, more than double the speed limit. Hoping that the train doesn't derail. I think we're gonna be fine, actually. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna switch over. Those which tracks, thank you. Oh dear! We're going very fast indeed. Okay. You wouldn't want to fight a woman who's under the weather. You wouldn't. Okay, that's that time. I think we're gonna try to crash. Yep, we're gonna try to crash this train now. So we can go faster. 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 Come on. Speed up though, because I'm gonna end this live stream soon. Come on, train, pick up speed. Go as fast as you possibly can, mate. It's time to crash in the train. This bumper can go about 250 miles per hour, so go as fast as we possibly can. Keep going faster. 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 Faster and faster until the thing crashes. We're entering some technical stuff up here. Come on, bumper, it's all man. Still another hill low. I'm trying to get this thing to go as fast as it possibly can. What's the difference between a grill and a train? I don't know. Call it a hunch or something. Come on, train! Popcorn Saltix Man. Come on! Don't go yet. We still have to crash this thing. Come on, Sausage Man train thing. We're 134 and we still haven't derailed. Yeah. There is none. You can tape from the side of a WLE train. I'm not trying to get medium steak. Oh. Come on, Sausage Man! Oh. We're doing 142 miles per hour. And we still haven't crashed. Come on, Sausage Man! What do you want from me? Oh man, I'm gonna have to... Oh, these for freight. I don't think. Actually, yeah, this is Northeast Border for freight train. We're doing 150 miles per hour. We're coming up to a very sharp turn. If we somehow don't derail, I'm gonna just run away. Of course. Look at that. We're doing 150 miles per hour. We're doing Acela Express top speed, and we haven't even crashed yet. And yet we're in a 50 miles per hour speed limit zone. I don't know how this train hasn't even derailed yet. Maybe because of the super elevation of the track. But come on, train. We have to crash them. Thankfully, there's no NASCAR, so I'm trying to come on, train. Why haven't you derailed? If you somehow don't derail on this section of track, I'm just gonna run away. Oh, here's the second track. Look at that. 156 miles per hour. We're way over the speed limit, and we still haven't even derailed. What is there some kind of train that has a really high center of gravity or something like that? I don't know. Okay, that doesn't know way out there. There are no trains to crash into either. If we don't derail around this corner, okay. 160 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour corner. There we go. Took a while, didn't it? I think it all had to do with these coaches that caused the train to derail. I took a screenshot. The train had to crash eventually. Apparently, we've learned today that Amfleet cars can go around corners very quickly and not derail. But if you take a thing coaches and go very fast, I guess they just don't. Well, guys, that's gonna be the end of this live stream. Game is still being a saucer. I think it's time to just swap over to the thingy now. Well, that's gonna be the end of this live stream. Of course, OBS isn't responding. Well, guys, that's gonna be the end of this live stream. That was a very interesting crash indeed. I guess that was a real test of the train simulator physics. And we ended this live stream right on time, too. Well, not right on time. We're still a minute late, but whatever. That doesn't matter. But, guys, that's going to be the end of this live stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and of course, if you haven't already, subscribe if you're watching this video. Yeah, both of my viewers right now are moderators, and so they've already subscribed and watched my videos now and again. I don't know. That's going to be the end of this video. Next week, we're off to the UK. See you then, guys. Bye-bye.